kids only. It's easy to miss that lonely student dressed in black in the back of the room who could become that ticking time bomb one day. I talked about the problem with my next guest, who is an educator.
Well, I think that possibly if you have a bunch of kids in the class, number one, sometimes we have student-teacher ratio that is kind of over the top. That's likely that can happen. But in a lot of cases, it doesn't happen. For example, me, I'm a special ed teacher, so those kind of kids, I would automatically be drawn to because you want them to feel a part. So it does happen to have happened that teachers have overlooked that kid. It's just because of, and it's no excuse, it's just because sometimes you have so many kids in the classroom. And he may have been quiet, off to himself, not a behavior kid. So you wouldn't have noticed that. You know, because you're like, oh my God, I got a good kid finally. So that could have been one of the, concerns or something that could happen in that manner.
And as I told you, Arnetta, before this interview began, I said I can remember back a long time ago when I was in grade school, a long time ago in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, there were teachers then, not all of them, but there were teachers then who gravitated towards the popular kids, towards the cheerleaders. They gravitated towards the quarterbacks and the football players and left many of the outcasts and goth kids in the corner by themselves.
Right. And that does happen. I'm not going to not say that it doesn't happen, but I also have to say, Isaiah, there are a lot of teachers that those kids that look like you and me, because I was bullied too, they took time. Miss Cummins took time with me. Miss Lunam took time with me. But there were some teachers that disregarded me. And we can't, but when you look at the overall factor, Isaiah, it's a lot of things that this kid was dealing with. Home life. It was just so many environmental issues. And you just can't blame one entity. It's just a lot, you know.
And I want to absolutely make that clear. We appreciate teachers and for the job that they do. They have a tough job. They create many of us in this world today through the educational system. But like you said, there are a lot of entities that we can take a look at. I mean, why did they sell them a gun? You know.
Thank you. That was my issue. Why? Why did a 17, 18-year-old need an assault rifle? What? I think that, you know what, if I go to a gun shop and I get an assault rifle, you should do a background check on me. What is wrong? I'm a teacher. What's wrong?
And then maybe include your mental capacity as well. Maybe a national database that contains